Hello, everybody. Welcome in the next episode of Vibes of Life. This episode is about about the places where we stay and where we feel at home, about places that are our comfort zone, secured, and sometimes marked by humans' laziness, about places where we look for our life happiness and often meet only disappointment. They're about places where we were only supposed to be for a while, and for some mysterious reason we stay for many years. About places from which we run away, not realizing that such an escape is usually pointless, because we'll not escape from ourselves. About places that are real, full of emotions and encoded human experiences, and those that are artificial, sometimes created to fool people and drain their pockets. For this reason, I admire the beauty of the Tatra Mountains from Bukovina Tatrzańska, from here, and not from famous Krupówki in Zakopane, where commercialism and millions of souvenirs made in China dominate. Throughout this episode, John Green's motto from his novel Paper Towns will run through. People make places and places make people. And which places have created you? And which places do you enjoy returning to? Welcome to this episode, Places Make People. Right now. Home, my sweet home. Of course, it would be ideal if people felt at home in the places of their current residence. We all need places where we feel comfortable, that we know, where we feel secure and at ease. These are usually the places of our childhood and youth. This is our little homeland, our asylum, where it's easier to face the hardships of this world. This is our place on earth. Some people don't want to move from their small homeland, even if the party there is great and the prospects for a better life and better tomorrow are lacking. Most people in poorer areas are forced to stay in places they didn't choose for themselves. By this, I mean places without visual bars, but from which it's difficult to escape for social, material, religious, or cultural reasons. Some of these people, however, are determined to seek their fortune in remote lands. From a distant perspective, wealthy countries and big cities are especially tempting. These people usually don't know that no one is waiting for them with open arms, and this colorful world often loses its illusory luster up close. I'm invariably full of appreciation of my foreign students, most often coming from different distant countries, who have left behind all their earlier lives and moved to Poland, a country thousands of kilometers away, with our customs, with a different culture. They arranged their arrival in Europe legally over many months, are honest, intelligent, cultured, usually hardworking, combining their studies with work and appreciating our hospitality and social security. In economically developed countries, most people look for places where the grass is greener than in their hometowns. Most often, people are motivated by the pursuit of better living conditions, the chance to fulfill life's aspirations, and sometimes by human feelings, emotions, or simply curiosity about the world. The spectrum of human behavior here is vast, from staying all one's life in one's hometowns, moving several times, seeking life's adventures, to constant life wandering or searching for a dream paradise on the other side of the world. Depending on the variations of fate and individual preferences, it could be the Podlasie countryside in Poland, Iceland, Africa, Thailand, or elsewhere. The big world is extremely tempting. People behave like the boy in a fairy tale who wanted to become a king. He knew that you could only became a king in the capital, so with a bag tied with a knot on a stick, he set off for the capital of his country. There are many such wannabes, perhaps because from afar you can see beautiful buildings, nice cars, and the spectacular careers of those who have succeeded. Up close, it turns out that in these new places, the grass is not at all greener than next to one's own home on one's native land, and illusory notions are replaced by grey, everyday life. Up close, the demons, the dark sides of these big worlds, ruthless competition, human selfishness, hustle, and unnatural haste are revealed. The problem is that people find out about the real color of glass only when they decide to travel with a one-way ticket. However, our sites and countries cannot be demonized. Such opportunities for life development do indeed exist sometimes, but achieving success elsewhere requires a great deal of resilience, intellect, and the ability to navigate in a foreign environment. Thus, for few achieve this dream goal, the most find unambitious, mediocre jobs in this seemingly better world. Staying in this dream paradise is usually paid for with hard work, exposure to social inequality, or a mortgage debt of 25 or 30 years. In big city, ruthless environments, only the hardy and most determined make ends meet. It happens that many people stay for many years in unfriendly places that don't bring any special value to their lives. They tell themselves in this place they have everything they need, but something hard to define is so terribly lacking. In moments of reflection, you wonder what I am doing here, and you stay without waiting for an answer. This sometimes happens in big cities, which tempt with their attractions and then spit out people haunted by life, environment, circumstances, and a ruthless struggle for existence. The least resilient and most emotionally sensitive ones don't cope at all in such big city jungle. There are more than 500,000 homeless people in Erfurt, Germany. It means as many as in quite a big city. People usually think that their decisions about places are rational, but these choices are most often decided by their emotions. We feel strongly connected to some places. We eagerly return to them, and they evoke strong sentiments. This phenomenon is so intense that even ordinary, common places can gain a kind of beauty in our mind. Their meaning depends on our experiences, on what we experience in these places: joy, happiness, sorrows, or wrongs. For other people, they may be completely common places, but for you, they may have a special meaning. If we subtracted our memories and captured emotions from these places, they would remain empty, colorless, ordinary, and common. Each of these places where you stayed longer or met something important has created you as the man you are today. Places where something beautiful happened shape the values of your life. Places where you met difficulties hardened your character, but sometimes violated the sense of existence. Each of these places shapes us in some way. It's as we take a lump of earth as a souvenir before leaving and carry it with us as we continue to wander. This invisible lump is imbued with human experiences, sometimes joyful and sometimes sad or dramatic. This is the deeper meaning of our motto today, that people make places and places make people. Our experiences and memories associated with places almost always involve the people who made there on our life path. These relationships are words spoken, decisions made, feelings, emotions, and both positive and destructive ones. For this reason, in each of these places at the time of living, we'll leave a particle of ourselves, as it were, but also some particles of our people we take with us on our further life journey. Places at the intersection of different worlds, places of parting, farewells, greetings, dramas, despair, love, life dilemmas have a special aura. Such energetic emotional fluids float at train stations, airports, cemeteries, and even bus stops. To be continued in the next episode, we continue our considerations regarding common and magical places. Ciao, bye then.